Okay everyone, this is tutorial 3 for using brackets. Now in our last tutorial we had a look at how we can go about saving our file. So at the moment it's a blank file, it doesn't have any content in it. Okay, we called it first.html. Alright, so when I actually go to click on that HTML file, which is this one over here, you will notice that it actually does not come up with anything in it because we haven't put anything in it. Okay, this file actually resembles what's in here at the moment. So what I am going to do now is I'm going to show you what happens when we start putting information onto our brackets page. Now, letting you know, boys and girls, so this is a bit of a tutorial in two ways. It's going to be showing us how we see how we can see brackets in action, as well as how to create our very first website. So the first thing I'd like to do is I'd like you to just pay attention to what's on the screen. You'll notice over here we've got an area called working files, and the file that we're currently working with is called first.html. It's kind of highlighted over here in blue. All right, this is our little workspace over here. Our file's already been saved. We just need to refresh it every time we add a bit more content to it. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to start adding our first bit of code. The first thing that I need to do is I need to ensure that brackets, or any text editor for that matter, is aware that we are creating a website using HTML5. Okay, so we need to add this code over here. So HTML. So that's basically telling our computer that hey computer, this is an HTML document. I'm then actually going to add some comments to it. In order to do a comment, it's that little bracket, it's that little symbol and two dashes there. And I'm going to say, call this one here, topic 1 first website. Okay, and I'm going to actually close that off as well. So I might just do them in separate lines. It just looks a little bit neater. All right. Once I've done that, I'm going to now open up my HTML container. HTML. Now you'll notice over here that I've typed in HTML, it's actually opened up the container and it's also closed the container as well. And that's a really good thing about brackets, is it allows us to do that. Now once I finish opening and closing my container, I need to add my header tag. Okay, my header tag allows me to add information that will go within the heading of my website. Okay, so the next thing I want to do after I've done my header tag is I want to add my title. So I'm going to go here, title, and I'm going to call this one here my first website. All right, now boys and girls, I want you to just pay attention to my tab over here, because what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go file, and I'm going to go save, and I'm going to refresh. You'll notice that over here my first website has appeared exactly the way I've typed it over here. So for instance, if I change the name of this to my first pet, for example, and I go file, save, and I refresh, it's going to come up over here as my first pet, but we're going to keep it as website. Okay, we go file, save, refresh, my first website. Okay, so there's my header and my title's completed. Once I finish with that, I'm going to go body. All right, so my body is basically where the body of my information is going to live. Okay, so over here I'm actually going to type in hello world. This is my first website. Full stop. And I'm going to go file and save, and I'm going to refresh. And if you look at my website, this is what it currently is going to look like. Now boys and girls, this is brackets in action. All right, there's another thing we can do. Just say for instance we don't really want to open that, we can click on this little electricity symbol over here, and this allows us to see a live preview of our website. So I'm going to click on that now, and what it's going to do is it's going to connect up to one of my web browsers. which it's done right here, and it's going to open up my website. So you can simply click on that in order to access that, to see what it looks like. All right. Well, that's it for this tutorial.